Come here. Okay. Test one, test one, test one, test. Okay. Hi, Diane. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Hopefully we'll get some people join the call. The first thing I want to talk about is one recipe I'm going to add in is a quick little trick to make eggs more tasty in the morning, and that's a banana and egg pancake. So I'll post that onto the meal doc. Next thing is I've seen that I've got 13, maybe a few more responses on the forum for this week. So if we get more people filling that out, that would be great. I'll be going through those tomorrow, and I also went through the macros today too. I'll go through that again tomorrow, and just to make sure everyone's doing well. We might try something new next week. I'm just gonna see if I can plan it out a little bit and make sure it's gonna work. But to do a 10-minute one-on-one chat with every client, and I'll figure out some way to schedule those so that you guys can pick your times. Hopefully there's an app similar to Doodle that'll allow me to do that. So yeah, so those should be interesting as well. That'll just give people an opportunity to interact with me, to talk about what goals they want to set, and the purpose of that obviously is to set some goals for moving forward. And yeah, hi Miriam. If you want to pop on and say hi, that's cool. If you got any questions immediately, you can fire them at me and I can answer them right now, or you can just sit back and enjoy the chat. Okay. If you want to text some questions too on the chat, by all means, go ahead and do that. So yeah, just to recap too, what I just had mentioned that we're going to try to do one-on-one chats with everybody. So the purpose of that will be just so that people can actually have some time where they're not actually doing something. This is a little bit more interactive. That's more focused on just them. So we'll be scheduling that next week. And yeah, we got some new workouts coming next week as well. There will be basically they're going to be Fortius and Molginor with some extra things added in, and a different set rep scheme. What a set rep scheme means is just When I say 4 sets of 10, that's a set rep scheme. And we're going to modify some of those to just going to help somebody get on the chat here really quick. If anybody's got any questions, please let me know. So, all right, I think they're sorted out. So yeah, before we get, I don't have anything major to cover. I've covered everything Tuesday that I need to cover for this week. So really, this is just an opportunity for people to ask questions. So if anybody's got anything, just fire it at me. I had just mentioned too that we're going to add a couple more recipes to the meal plan, and we'll probably do a full reboot of a meal plan next week, and it'll still have a lot of the same foods, but it'll have some more variety. Doesn't mean that you have to switch over and learn a whole bunch of new things. You can continue to use the meal plan 1.0, but you could also, start, or you could use the new meal plan, or you could just use a little bit of both. It's going to depend really on what your individual goals are. So that's pretty much that. Okay. So yeah, so no questions from anybody. Miriam, I did get your email, and I'm going to respond to that tomorrow at noon. I'm off tomorrow morning for training, for my training. So I'm working on an 800-pound deadlift, if anybody's interested in that. Thank you. And so that kind of takes a little bit of my time as well. So yeah, tomorrow morning's an off morning for me, but I'll be back on at 1 my time. And I don't know if there's anything else I need to cover. I'll just check my my planner here and see if there's anything that I really need to talk about right now. So yeah, the one thing I'd add too is that we do have we're setting up a referral program, and there's a new group, a new Rockstar group starting in 2 weeks. And so the referral program is to reward you guys if you're having a good time and you want to share this group with someone else, get them involved in something like this, then that's an opportunity for you to give them a code where they get a discount, and you get a discount on any future purchases. So if you decide to sign up for another group with me or for anything like that, then you'll get a discount. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just wait for another 5 minutes. I'm trying to think of something I should talk about. Kind of all talked out for today. I guess I'll just talk about substitutions to the meal plan. Now, it's important to understand I'm always a little conflicted about how to help people with nutrition, because there's 2 ways to do this, and one way is incrementally and the other way is full bore. What I mean by that is that one way we take what you're currently eating and we try to make slow and consistent changes to it, and the other way is we give you the meal plan. Now, my experience in the past has been that people want a plan that they can look at even if they don't plan on following it entirely, and that's fine. But I like it better when people try to make it work for them. So they're, when they ask for subs and when they're, tinkering around with it and trying to figure out what works for them, that's great because they're more likely to stick to that. Nobody wants to follow a 70 meal plan for the rest of their life, and that is not the intent. The intent of the meal plan is almost like a cast for your nutrition, if you will. So what that means is, for a lot of people, they're not eating healthy at all, and they don't really have any idea how to make changes. So we can't really, it's tough to give them an incremental approach sometimes because they feel overwhelmed because they have to make too many decisions. So if we just give them a meal plan, we tell them exactly what to eat, it adds a lot of structure, just like a cast would add a structure to a broken bone. But just like a cast, at some point that needs to come off. And when it comes off, you need to make your own choices. So that's why we talk about nutrition a great deal. The original intent of this group was actually to teach people how to exercise. And we're still focused on that. But I'd say 80% of my questions are focused around nutrition, and that's why we tend to cover that a lot. We're just really trying to meet the demand of the people that have paid to do this group. So it's not that I'm not interested in working with exercise. We are, working with a lot of people trying to make changes, just to give them more information about exercise and to help them improve dysfunction that they have in their body. So we're doing a lot of shoulder stuff lately. We have some people that have some messed up shoulders or messed up upper backs, and that's causing pain. So that's something we're working on. Coincidentally, actually, I have 3 clients right now that I'm fixing their shoulders. So, okay, so I'm just going to read this out loud. So you have to feed what you are working on, and you give good wise to what we are eating and how. So that's really just an observation. It's not a question. Okay, so yeah, that's true. You do have to build upon what you're already doing, and also I try to explain the why behind everything in order to ensure that you're going to make good decisions in the future as well. That's a good observation. Thanks, Miriam. Okay, let me just check on Photocracy, make sure no one's having a hard time getting on or anything like that. So yeah, one question that came up too was we had some concerns that the meal plan doesn't have enough calories in it. It's actually got 1,600 calories the way on average. It fluctuates slightly, but some people are finding that it doesn't have enough calories. That's okay. You just simply increase the portions of everything. So if you want more calories, just eat more food of the food that's on the meal plan. The other thing you can do quickly, easy ways to add calories, you could introduce coconut oil into your breakfast. Cook your eggs in that. You can cook vegetables in coconut oil. That'll increase calories. Bacon is very calorically dense. That's why it's there. It's also an excellent source of saturated fats. So a lot of people feel that bacon is unhealthy. It's not. It definitely is healthier if you get it from pastured pork. So not the store-bought stuff, but maybe stuff from a farmer's market, stuff that comes from pigs that are fed correctly and kept outside, and all of those things. But it's still a healthy food. If you're not really terribly into the bacon, then I do like fatty fish as an alternative. Some mornings I have pickled herring, basically as my protein and my fat source because it's very high in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA. So that's something you could substitute in as well if you don't like the idea of eating bacon. Eggs, again, I mentioned earlier, and we'll put up a video for this. There's a great way to increase or to make eggs tastier, and that's to take a banana and an egg and smash 2 eggs and smash that together. You can add a little bit of a drop of artificial vanilla extract if you want, and and then cook it as a pancake, and just mix it up, throw it in a frying pan with a little coconut oil, and flip it a couple times, and it's really delicious. It just tastes like a banana pancake. Um, and the other thing too, I'd say is that if you want, if you guys are free to, keep. We actually got somebody found a recipe and we tagged it and put it into the meal plan. Um, and there's a lot of great recipes out there. I'm not saying there isn't. So if there is anything you want to include, please fire that at me. Okay. I think unless there's anything that needs to be covered, I'm probably just going to hop off and get back to work because there's a few things I need to follow up on. But I think I'll just wait another minute or two just in case somebody decides to pop on. Other than that, overall, how you doing, Miriam? Do you want to give me an update, or I could just answer your email too if you prefer that. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll shut her down, and maybe we'll schedule another hangout for Sunday just before we introduce the new workouts. All right. I'm going to have a good night, and thanks very much for stopping by.